They say things about me. I'm saying that's true or not true. You know, I think that's, to be honest, an honorable way to do things. There's nothing that I do I'm ever going to be ashamed of. I would definitely be ashamed if I ever ran from anybody, but definitely Steve Stout.
Definitely Steve Stout.
Smacked him in the first place because it was like if he catches me and then I beat his ass, they're still gonna take it because that's Steve Stout. But because he wants to bring it up, I'm gonna tell you the story. Let's start with the first line. He said that in a Sony office or whatever it was, we were at Rockefeller Avenue office. And Jay was sitting behind my desk. He always wanted to sit behind my desk. But Steve was with him, my brother Bobby was with him, and my cousin Darren. I mean, with me, or rather in the office, and my cousin Darren was in the office. That's about 3 people. Could have been 1 or 2, and my son. And Steve Stout was trying to throw a party with Jay at the Hamptons, and I was like, "You're not throwing a party with you, Cardi. You know, you were running around with Nas, and we were kind of like beefing with him. Running around with LL, and then I guess when things were sideways, he just decided to tell us all their business, and that's what he used to do, and I always thought that wasn't honorable. And now that we rolling, we want to do a party with us, hell no. And in that conversation, I was like, because he was kind of trying to talk somewhat aggressively, I was like, yo, you owe me $18,000 for that bet. And he said something cute in front of my son. So I'm like, yo,
cute in front of my son.
And you definitely can't be talking crazy in front of my son. He said something else like, and I would have let fucking slap. My intention again was not to hurt him, it was to let him know, like, bro, that's just disrespectful where I'm from. If I let you walk away talking to me like that in front of my son looks at me a certain way, and everyone in my crew is going to look at me a certain way, you're going to have to beat my ass all day today. I had a broken foot, and after I smacked him, all he said was, you need to smack me. And he had just got sued by Puff. I mean, he had just sued Puff for hitting him in the head with a bottle. So, because, again, I didn't look at him so much as a civilian because he wasn't hanging around civilians. So from somebody being there with a bottle, I gotta get that back, you know, at least at that age. It has to be some kind of a recourse. The one thing I'm not doing is going to go to court and testify.
Okay, if you're able to dental implant that was somehow able to make any dental implants affordable, since it's like I understand
all those things because I just at that point I thought that was snitching. So I would always call him a rat and a snitch when I would see him on the car. You a rat, and you know I just didn't like that. So I smacked him. Just believe that from then on, because he didn't fight back, for one, at that moment, I felt like he was a coward. You know, you let a man smack you, I didn't even punch him in your face. Open hand slapped him. I didn't even want to hurt him. I just wanted to let him know, like, and I did it in front of Jay-Z because he thought because he was with Jay-Z that Jay-Z would protect him. Jay-Z didn't do anything but laugh at him.
Didn't do anything but laugh at him.
It was because he had cracked Puff in that. I sued him. Everybody in the industry knew about it. It's tomorrow to a party. It's just like, it's so how did you know, talk to look at me with why did you do that with the suit? So you gotta smack a nigga. You can't be in this. When they told on somebody that they had no obligation. They're still friends now. I take pictures of them. They're still brothers. You don't take your brother to court. So that was always my issue with it. Like, yo, I'm not going with nobody that would testify and all this other shit. And whatever. So that's the reason why you're not going to disrespect me in front of my son. You know, the other thing he did was he ran into me with Mattel and himself. And he's got me. Now, I tell her she's here. I don't know where she went when she comes back. And I lived on Northmore Street, and he lived down the block on Northmore Street. So we both lived in the same neighborhood. And I was telling my crew, like, yo, when you're about to evolve, there's a test that happens, and you know, when it's going to be something that never comes up, and you have to pass that test, or else you won't get your dream, and you'll start from scratch in this whole thing. So I'm walking, and all of a sudden I see Steve Stout in a dark block. And again, my history with him is, since I've smacked him, he's done every underhanded, nerdy thing that you could do to try to solve my career. L.A. Reid himself told me, like when I would read things in the paper about J&I, he'd be like, Steve put that in the paper. Steve put that in the paper. There's no allegedly about it. This is what L.A. Reid told me. Right? So, this is that day, I'm moving up the block, and I see Steve, he's not by himself, he's with a girl. And I'm with two girls, I'm with Mackenzie, and I'm with Raquel. And anyone that was part of the gal in DD172, they know Mackenzie. They were witnesses. He was with his girl. I don't know her name. She was short hair, arms out. And I'm with Mackenzie and Raquel. I walk past him, I'm starting to walk up to him. And Mackenzie goes, Damon, don't forget about the test. You just told us about the test. So I'm like, damn. So I walked past him, and I'm like, the bitch ass nigga. And what he said was, yo, I thought we took care of you a long time ago. And that triggered me. And I was like, talking to his girl, like, you know you walk away with that. He told him, he's a rat. And he kind of looked like he was going to come in, and Mackenzie just started dating. Mackenzie. She punched him in his face a good 6 times with a bat. And Mackenzie is a girl that really has hands. I never knew she could fight like that. But
I never knew she could fight like that.
And she was hitting him. He was looking all, you know, stupid in the face and dizzy. And the girl with the short hair, and Mackenzie says, you better get your man, bitch. So, he's Puerto Rican, by the way. And I say she's white, but she wasn't real, but she is Puerto Rican. So he turns the other direction, and I'm looking at his head because I know she's gonna hit that girl. He looks at me, and I'm like, I'm about to knock this whole face off. Like, I'm waiting for this. And people that know me, like, you know, there's stories of me fighting 8 people at a time with mace, and it's not some people facing.
Mace the rapper.
People begging me like, dang, we gotta get out of here. The running thing just, let me see. So I can't be running in front of people. I can't be running period. I couldn't live with myself if I did that. But he didn't want me to hit him. There's a police were around the police station around the corner. So she jumped in front of him and pushed. He pushed her on the floor. He abused the woman. He physically threw her on the floor, which is why he breathed over that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why his lawyer said, hey, and you know, when he did that, I was like, yo, you just put the girl on the floor and you still puff. Those girls are the same, but they're going to tell them they're civilians. So I'm laughing, and he tried to run home. And I'm like, that's stupid. You don't tell the girl how stupid you're being. He was all dumb, and the police came, and I was laughing so hard that they were going to arrest him. Because he was a clown. So I sent him that letter, like, one time. And I'm like, yo, you better send something home. And he probably didn't want it to get out because then him supposed to be this businessman threw a girl on the floor. And because he sued people for abusing him, he deserved to be sued because he threw a girl on the floor. And my point is, for him to lie about that story makes him the lowest scum piece of shit on the earth. And you can't trust the person that would lie about those minute details. So there were witnesses there. Now, I think where his story got mixed up was, I did run up in his office with Ted Cruz and Sony, and the reason why I did that was because I had confided in him that I was signing Clue, and he went behind my back and tried to offer him a little more money and a better deal. And when they were signing in the room, I walked up in there. that's what happened. And I stopped it and was like, you know, cool, he did the right thing. And then my conversation with Steve, like, yo, I don't play like that. You know, this ain't the game, you know, and it's like, yo, you're a guy that I met. For the first time I saw you was a picture of you with lipstick and a wig on from Biggie Smalls' group, and you still work with them and you still hang out with them. You're just a person that gets abused. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. The thing is, I'm 54, 53. He's in his 50s. I just want us to stay focused. They try to divide us all the time and want us to fight. Why can't we? He's talking about my business acumen. You put out a television network, right? Now, United Masters, you went and raised money, did what you had to do, now you're exploiting it. You're the main person that was telling and trying to post fuck artists over and made me do this. And you told me sorry. Because I'm the one that told you and everyone else in the industry that an artist should own their masters and be independent. You only did it as a business model because you couldn't rob artists any other way. But because you rely on a fight, then there's no way anyone could trust you in business. And the fact that you always protected this dude, always screaming his accolades, what's the reason for that? Are you and him talking? Or are you just trying to be in his favor so bad? Regardless of what? Like, that's what I thought was pathetic. And this has bothered him so much for the last 20 years, and he still has to go on television and he has to explain himself, and he's still trying to get him and all the dudes in the weirdo group. And now they suspected it before, whether it's legal or not. It's weird. You don't want to be in business with people that do weirdo shit at all. And he's one of them. So, you know, I think he got that story confused with the 10 dudes. The question is, I'm not the only person that's had these different kind of altercations. Like I said, when I realized that people really didn't like him, it was in LA. I went to a basketball game when Marvin G just started flipping him. And Marvin G is one of the coolest man in Captain, you know, anyone in America. He sang the rap school. But he was like, oh, let's just smack the shit out of you with all this LA and all that. And I'm like, Marvin, man, you know, when my first time really meeting him, I was like, I don't know what he did, but, you know, maybe do this with him around. Because I got I'm not going to jump in. And, you know what I'm saying? So, he just later, he was like, I think it's a bitch.
Here's how you can take advantage of infinite banking.
And you know, security since the last century, because this is the dude also, again, when Jason went to trial with that,
J-Stab on.
when
When
J-Stab
J-Stab on went to trial court, this
his
people,
lawyer,
his lawyer,
like, to sue Jay.
and
So
she
you
checked.
have to say what you want. These are people that know these guys are making it obvious. Like, yeah, why is Steve now so mad and always talking about that? Oh, because he smacked him. Oh, because
He smacked him. He ran up and he smacked him. He called him snitch on a Parker.
You know, that's the reason why. And I don't want to have this be a distraction from the seriousness of the things that we're doing. And that's the reason why I wanted to make it business. So, drop your network. I have United Masters. We can go song for song, label for label. But I have a distribution, lower distribution. Same way
Jalen.
I distribute labels. I also make music. The problem with it is
3 dudes named Jalen.
Steve Stout cannot make a record. He cannot dance. He cannot fight, apparently, unless you're standing and doing Taibo or something. You know, he cannot do a movie. You know, it's not about how much I can rob somebody and get money. It's about how good my work really is. So again, Steve, we could go label for label. I'm broke. I'm not doing well. I dropped the ball. I'm not running behind a 50-something-year-old rapper to this very day to determine how great I am. Put your label, we can do it. I got album for album, song for song, but make it from your label, not someone that makes Someone you're exploiting. I have an album with Freeway right now, a rock and roll album and rap album. I have an album with Ski right now. I have an album with all new artists right now. So called Respect to Art. I got albums with R&B singers that you love right now. People that you heard, and I heard about that shit you did with Maya. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I heard I was appalled. But we can talk about that another time. Yeah. So, you know, I'm saying they did anything sexual with it, but you know, there was a situation that he just did not like that she told me about.
Did anything sexual with her? Sexual with her.
And y'all was cool, man. It's not the way we want it. You know? So, I'm not the only person that doesn't like staged up. The question is why? Why would you trust a guy like that? A person that doesn't care about an artist? If you have no artistry in your body at all, if you're not creative, how do you think it's fair to make money on creative? So why should a creative trust you? Why? You can't even walk your head right to a fucking record. So, I'm gonna move on from that. You know, I'm talking about it. I want to make sure that I said everything because I know these guys want to interview and say some dumb shit. I just wish you'd get over it. But let's focus on the business. Put a clothing line up. I got a brand new clothing line. I got so many different clothing lines. Can you do that? Let's just go business for business. I chose the art. You chose to exploit. I chose to create. You chose to kill.
Oh.
Like, that was the last thing I forgot. He said that Rocky ran up to him. And Kanye, first of all, everybody knows Rocky would never run up to anybody. But what happened was, I saw him looking so scared in the face. I was like, I ain't looking up to you. And we discussed things like, yo, why do you think Jay put his name on a $40 sneaker? Yeah, he can't sell nothing expensive. He was like, well, for real? Yeah, but you know, for real, he came from a community, changed his mustache over the last 30 years. You know what I'm saying? He did that. I'm not mad at for real. But as far as, hey, I personally would put him in one bottle. Both of them over champagne. You laugh. I know you pull and give them banana and the tail cream. They can diss each other all day. So, L.A. Reid was there, so he's a witness.
L.A. Reid was there. He was a witness.
I said that. And L.A. Reid was like, did you just say that? Oh my God. And that's L.A. Reid. So there's witnesses there that can testify to him being a fucking liar. And he has so much to say about the situations for other people. Why does he let those people speak for themselves? Why are those people not speaking for themselves? The answer is, you know, this year I'm noticing that they're hammering down. You know, with the elections and all that, you can't just say something. You have to have something to support, some data to support what you say. You don't have to think I say. I'm going to say and have data, be truthful. There will be witnesses. Like, I can call people that were in the room when I smacked them. Jay could be a witness to that. I can call people that were in the room when I ran for them and so on. You know, he called McKenzie the other day, and McKenzie was like, you know, it's funny, his recollection is completely different than ours. He just erased McKenzie from the memory. And also the girl that was with him. And why would a guy pay that his lawyer lies up either way? I didn't want to get back on it. But, you know, that's how I feel about that.
So what do you think about the conversation around reasonable doubt or how outlets are covered?
Yeah, so, again, I think because it's in the paper, and when you hear people read things on certain headlines, it makes it important to get research, because if someone does know what they're talking about, that person that doesn't, it's really stupid. And I'm looking, because I called out the president, because what happens is, if they're going to take something from a legal document and promote it from one side, and they have to do it for the other. So they had to say this because it was filed. File it. Mistake. Now, they made it like it was a child support thing. Let me explain the child support thing. I said it, but for some reason, no one these things. My child support for the last since 2007, $150 a year, school, camp, and all these children So there's no more child support for two of them, and I did all of that. 250 a year since 2017. If you do the math, it's about $4 million, a little over. Broke. Kids get $4 million. See, there's levels to this shit, man. I set myself on a very understanding. Me with $4 million is broke. I told you $1 million ain't no money, so if I would call myself broke, I guess you should. To me, rich is like having 100 days. Right? That's a business. Don't be big, like you gotta work. I mean, $5 million is tough. You gotta pay taxes, you gotta pay bills, you gotta sustain everything before it goes. And that makes you still working to give you back a certain kind of lifestyle. And again, I'll tell you, like, if you get $1 million, understand, I can't do it well for the rest of your life. Once you get $1 million, you kind of elevate. You start to spend like you're a baby. It doesn't last unless you continue to generate money. So again, I'm going into the child support, and I'm being transparent. I want y'all to understand it. They say I'm over 120 grand. It's like 6 months to a year, maybe worth of child support. So I'm only waiting 6 months, and that's how much child support that is. And that will be covered at the auction. But they want future child support. And I said this, but nobody gets it. So the reason why the state and the child support, I want to make sure it's the right people.
Cowboy.
They went for Rachel $700,000 of future child support.
Warmer.
16. And, you know, like 100 grand for lucky, he's 20. So they want to make sure that they can make too much. And I want to make sure I send them to do what they themselves saw that Jay was doing some fucking shit. Now, for anyone that tells me that someone that's fucking $1 million of my money, I shouldn't be speaking on it. You're a dumbass. No one's ever owed you millions of dollars. No one's ever assaulted you for years. They want to make sure that they can make too much. And I wanted to make sure I didn't send them to do it, but they themselves saw Jay was doing some fucking shit. Now, for anyone that tells me that someone that's fucking $1 million of money and I shouldn't be speaking on it, you're a dumbass. No one's ever owed you millions of dollars. No one's ever assaulted you for years. I had a conspiracy of fucking people that go to funny parties to try to get at you or stop you from what you're doing. You can't tell me that when you someone says that their goes back to me in 6 years, well, I'm trying to sell it. You know, trying to develop the brand and think I shouldn't say anything about it. I'm always talking about him. Now, you know, he's always talking about him. He's always trying to aggressively stop me from getting my money. And this is something that the state noticed. So now.
Okay, you know that feeling when you're at work and you're miserable and you realize it's time to make a change? I think that change might actually be possible because I've learned about Madden America. It's a career development nonprofit that provides flexible technical training, career coaching, and peer support for people who are trying to make a career pivot and get away from these jobs that don't pay us enough and never will pay us enough because there's no pathway for promotion or growth.
And they tried to make it like, because what Jay's crew did was they made an application to transfer the company, right? And it was certified. Certified means it was delivered.
Certified, it was delivered.
Application means it was an ass.
It was an
That doesn't mean that he's just trying to make you. If someone's so good at comic writing, you should know this. Insulted you for years. I had a conspiracy of fucking people at funny parties
or stop you with you.
You can't tell me that when you read that someone says that
Your copyright goes in 6 years. But I'm trying to sell it.
I'm trying to defend the brand and thinking I shouldn't say anything about it. Like I'm always talking about it. You know, he's always talking about it. He's always trying to aggressively stop me from getting my money. And this is something that the state noticed.
The same.
What Jay's crew did was they made an application to transfer the company. It was certified. Certified means it was delivered. An application means it was an act. That doesn't mean anything. He's just trying to get you. The reason why, if someone's so good at like, oh, you should know this. TJ, what you told me is because this is important.
This is important.
The state found the contract that Jay signed for reasonable doubt. And we signed the receipt.
I know something.
And
The
he
pause.
signed as a work for him. Jay worked for Rockefeller, and because of that, he's not considered an ordinary Christian. That rule is affliction to have. The state broke that up. So on this club, you know, I heard homegirl.
Oh, her
And she sent
homegirl.
it to me. And I
Or
told her,
homegirl.
yo, that's just an application.
It's an
You get caught up in that same thing.
So things in public.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And again, this is the actual fact. And even with TMZ,
Hmm.
that isn't like the state is questioning and calling, they're basically calling
They basically calling Jay a liar.
make sure that man doesn't get his money.
Man doesn't
The
get.
state notices it. For some reason, the headlines don't reflect that. So that means it's very obvious that people from that called TMZ, allegedly, call these outlets, and they're feeding them things for an equity. When you do that, it makes it where I have to explain to you all the truth.
I have to explain to y'all the truth.
Regulation. That's supposed to be a business platform. So I want
Business.
you to shine, talk about some business, man. This is business. This ain't 50 Cent. 50 Cent, he just wants to play.
Just wants to play.
I did respect, you know, that
I
he
did
was
respect
trying to get that CEO.
the receipt of the
But
testing.
and keep dropping that whole thing. Let's talk about what counts, the business. So because again, he's not competition in business.
He's not gonna be
Competition
popular.
in another business.
Hey, but like,
Find a CEO in that.
I can find it. It's too stuff.
Drop your clothesline, do all these things. There's no that's what I'm saying. He's playing, so you know,
He's playing, so
I'm trying
jokes.
to educate us. I wanted to use this awareness to show us how we should be for business. And I'm just saying, just bringing awareness. And first, if you want to say something, just tell me. Stay where it's all about your intention. You know, if you're going to go down, you can go down. What you want. What do you want from our culture? I just don't want someone from our culture to be destroying other people from our culture for another culture. That's what I don't want. I don't want black man's business model to be tearing down other black men, and that's why they pay it. And that was the purpose of America, to give a platform where we can freely showcase the good parts of our culture. That's all I want. And I just want us to get paid fairly, and I want you know, and I said this last week, the only way because we know each other well. When I heard about the show, I genuinely learned. And, when one of my friends FaceTime me with Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti's first brother. Paul was a lover. I mean, Chris Gotti. Like, he's a cool dude no matter what. He, to me, my version of thorough. I let him try to represent himself as a super tough guy, but he's thorough. And he's always like, yo, like, I'm going to show you love, man. It's like one of those guys, you know, we always maintain a very respectful relationship. And he spoke to me, and he was like, yo, he told me about her. I got a call. So I texted her, and I was like, you know, Danielle, you know, I don't want to see you die.
Rob.
You know, just because you might have some shit that I don't usually do, I don't want to see you. You know, I don't want to see you. And yes, it is not. So, like, you know, the way they glorify violence, but like, and again, I'm not glorifying this, but you know, in the street, I've seen people get killed. And it's disgusting. It's not cool like the movies.
This is the reason why I've canceled my internet subscription. What if I told you that there's no such thing as no internet connection? It's an artificially created problem.
You know, it's not like going on and it's like, it's really sad, and the dark feeling, and you see like,
Wow.
the person
Oh.
that goes into someone's head, and they don't play it, it's just phone, and then you gotta go It doesn't feel good. I don't want to see someone that maybe we had like a bullshit disagreement with. I don't want to see him die or be tortured. I'm not going to celebrate the pain of anybody, even if they deserve it.
Think about the way they're portraying Jay right now.
You know, to be honest, I really hope, like, the things that they're saying, like, they're terrible. But like, yo, it's hard for me to even think that any of those things can be true. I don't want them to be true. Like, you know, they say they're going to pick him up next year. I don't want to see that man go to jail. Which is even to me, you know, unfair toward, unfair the way he been fucking with my money. I want to hope that that's the worst that he's been doing. I would never want to hear like, yeah, the free court boy, like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The shit they saying. And I just be wondering why nobody gets sent. You know what I'm saying?
You say nothing about it.
And, you know, like when my Chiefs fell out, and I really don't want to make it like they were dentures, but show me a picture of me with some dentures. And the last year, look at the line and see what teeth I had in my mouth before. They were not cheap, they were gross. So it's all cool. I saw, what's her name, bring it up on that. That's how you end it? The teeth one way? I get you. But, you know, again, I'll be like, man, who says that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, why? It's only, it's jokes that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it means anything. But what we can go viral is, you know, business stuff. And I want people to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Period. So, with the cheap stuff, you know, there was jokes and all that stuff. And I see daily in that house. It's about his family. I don't want to say all the stuff they say, but it would be such another big blow for everybody. Regardless of what, you know, perception-wise, Jay is also a pillar of everybody. And they ran after them. And it's really going to look crazy for everybody. You know? So, I don't want to big pain lost his soul to that extent. You know, this is someone I can live with. No matter what, I don't wish no kind of, if he was doing some crazy shit they're saying, you know, there's probably be something weird recourse at some point. But I really hope this shit, you know, I would hate to think that the people that were in my group really had that thing be a secret. That they were completely different people. And, you know, I was trying to empower, you know, like there was a time pause that he inspired. You know, I